Hey everybody, the Reswirl here, and welcome back to more stories, The Path of Destinies. Alright, I think I said at the end of last session that I would read from story 1 to 5, or the summary of all of those stories, because I think they're interesting. So this was The Flying Circus. It was find the armature, find Zenobia, attack the council, meet the council. Attack the outpost, and then meet the council. Hey Faminator, how's it going? Oh dear, I just saw encoding overload, which is a worry. Oh, whatever. Hopefully it'll be okay. If not, I'm gonna have to change some stuff, I guess. Either way, halfway through assembling a legendary superweapon, Reynardo changed course to meet Zenobia, the Emperor's daughter. He did find her only to be captured, but why would anyone give up a superweapon to meet with an enemy? He confused the Emperor. Was Zenobia a rebel accomplice? Was the prisoner feeding the Empire false information? The fox slyly played on the Emperor's paranoia, turning the mad toad against his daughter, creating a divide in the Imperial forces. But the rebels were equally confused by the absurdity of Reynardo's story, so they chased him away. He died on the final battle, killed by a rather large rebel bomb. I'm glad it was a good time, but for me it was purely random. I don't really have a set schedule for times I want to stream. I'm still getting used to saying stream or record. I mean, I'm doing both. But yeah, I never know. I don't have a schedule, I just kind of do it when I feel like it. And I know that's not the most opportune thing for wanting, you know, viewers. But at the same time, if I had a schedule, I'd only be able to do so much in a day. And there's just times when I get into a really recording mood, and then I record a shitload of stuff. So this one was what friends are for. Find the gem, find Zenobia, spare Zenobia and throw the gem. The Iblis Stone. It demanded blood and death in exchange for great power, and then it would corrupt the soul, but the power of friendship for Zenobia, who was supposed to be an enemy, made Reynardo aware of the gem's corruption. Then Lupino, the old warbody who was not even supposed to be in this story, found the right words to say so that finally Reynardo would bury the gem. Yeah, it's nice to do both. I'm glad I decided to do it. It's a lot, I don't know, I found it to be more fun, recording and streaming. Because, like, I might as well stream the games I'm recording, because they're not going to be actually public for a very, very long time, so it also gives me a chance to interact with people, which is always fun. So proudly, Reynardo attacked the Imperial fleet, free from the gem, relying on his own strength, and then he met Lupino again. This time the rabbit was not so friendly. Worse, he held the Iblis Stone. Reynardo had been played, and died at the hands of an invincible mad rabbit. Ah, the power of friendship. So, okay. Then we have Grabthar's hammer. Rescue Lupino, find the core, attack the outpost, rescue Lupino again. The Sky Ripper was a legendary weapon that could banish the gods themselves. It was split into two pieces, a core and its armature. Reynardo had lost the armature to save his friend Lupino, but he had the core, a naked core, pulsating with energy, waiting to be turned into a weapon. Reynardo cared deeply for his friend, and when Lupino begged to carry the core, Reynardo could say no. The inevitable happened and the rabbit got captured. Without hesitation, Reynardo rushed to rescue his old friend, but he arrived too late. The rabbit was dead. Reynardo swore revenge and attacked the Imperial fleet, but there was Lupino alive and well. Reynardo was so happy it was a miracle. Then Lupino stabbed him. It took a while for Reynardo to understand that the mad rabbit never needed rescuing. Yeah, that's true. Although now, like, because I've started recording and streaming at the same time, I do get comments on videos that I recorded a long time ago, saying, did you stream this at the same time as you recorded it? And I'm like, no. I only recently started doing that. So the endless moment. Okay, so rescue Lupino, find Zenobia, reject Lupino's plan, and trust Zenobia. Zenobia was the Mad Emperor's daughter and his greatest general. Convincing her to join the rebellion would split the Imperial forces and turn the tides of the Civil War. He could show her proof of her father's madness, and he did as they witnessed the slaughter of innocent civilians by the Empire. Zenobia was shocked. She agreed to meet the rebel leaders, but when they arrived at the secret base, the Empire attacked. For Reynardo, it could only mean one thing. Zenobia has tricked him into revealing the location of the base, and it broke his heart. He chased her and swiftly killed her as she welcomed him with a smile. Then he died, stabbed by Lupino. Too late did he realize who the traitor really was. Oof. And then don't think twice. I think these are the last, this is the last of Lupino's story. So rescue Lupino, find Zenobia, accept Lupino's plan, do not take Zenobia to the interrogators. Zenobia was the Mad Emperor's daughter and his greatest general. Interrogating her could expose enemy secrets and turn the tides of war. So Reynardo and Lupino set out to capture her and against all expectations succeeded. But Reynardo had feelings for Zenobia and could not bear the thought of seeing her suffer at the hands of the interrogators, so he changed course, forsaking the rebellion. Little did he know that he was derailing a clever plan devised by Lupino, who in fact was an agent of the Empire. Zenobia, moved by Reynardo's compassion, admitted her own feelings for him. They chose to flee together only to die at the hands of a very frustrated Lupino. Because he's a dick. Alright, yeah, back to menu. Now I can actually play the game. I'm really worried.
The clouds parted over the Isles of Boreas. It was time to choose. The rebellion was in trouble. Ravens were scouting for the secret rebel base. They needed a game changer. Pieces of the Sky Ripper had surfaced, or so a scholar in the mountains had told him. Surely the weapon that banished the lost gods could defeat the Emperor. Also, a temple had risen out of empty desert, as tempting as it was to explore ancient mysteries. There was a war going on, and also, his old friend Lupino needed rescuing. Of course, Reynardo had a pretty strong suspicion that Lupino had betrayed the rebellion. But could Reynardo really leave an old friend to the Ravens?
Right. I'm trying to think what story I'm on. I've done 5. Okay. I'm just gonna have to keep a really close eye on OBS to see if it says encoding overload, which I really hope it doesn't. So mysterious temple has risen out of the desert. Emperor sent his ravens to search for the Iblis Stone. Ancient artifact may contain the power to bring down the Empire.
The island was windswept desert. No one went there except ostriches and ostrich hunters. The Iblis Stone. It sounded ominous. It sounded powerful. If the Emperor was searching for it, it must be dangerous. And so, Reynardo went ostrich hunting.
Yeah, the moment of truth. There's always a thing that puts me on edge, is when I notice that PC recording is causing issues. I love recording the PC, but it's also a pain in the ass.
But ancient codices held hints of other things. A stone that ate souls. A ruby that drank blood. A jewel only a righteous man could give away. Were all these things the Iblis Stone? Long hidden in a buried temple? Another ancient item that was only resurfacing now? Drawn up from the deeps by the Emperor's horrific rituals? The air here tasted bitter. The steps were too tall for a person. The entire place felt restless, like it had been vexed to nightmare under the dust, waiting for its hour to come around at last.
Okay, I think maybe I don't need to worry. It seems fine. It is. It's so weird. And yeah, that's what I always find kind of ironic. Like, you know when you've got the people that are always like PC Master Race? If anyone's like that, I'm just like, you've clearly not tried recording anything on PC. I mean, for gaming, sure, PC is the best. If you want to record content though, PC is absolutely the worst. The only thing good about the PC is the fact that everything is in sync from the get-go. Oh shit. Yeah, I really do love the PC as a platform, but fuck me, it's a pain in the ass at the same time. That was awesome.
Said Reynardo. The ravens were already here, cawing in frustration. They were still searching for a way in. Good. Then he hadn't come too late.
But obviously if I'm playing a game that's really old, it's very rare that I have any issues. It's not to say that games I'm playing are like too much for my computer to handle. It's more the fact that OBS is just really weird. Okay, I'm trying to think. There's no buffer, so that's good. Aye. Yeah, that's probably true. I mean, it would be, but to be fair, what I've tested with OBS has been surprisingly good. It's like, I've done a lot of tests. And like, I'm trying to think of what the most current game was. Actually, a couple days ago. Whenever I get a new game, the first thing I usually do is do a test OBS recording, just to see if it records as well as plays. Like smoothly without frame drops and stuff. And the most recent one was Call of Cthulhu. And that was perfectly fine. But yeah, having two computers is usually the smart choice. However, I'm not made of money, so that's not something I really have the option to do, sadly. Ah, lots of health. I think when I did this last time I went through there, so not gonna go through there this time. I'm mostly curious as to what the hell this will lead to. Wait, really? That looks like I can hook to it. It's bullshit. It would have only led to a red chest anyway, probably. Don't need red chests. I've gotten all the gems. Oops.
But he could have sworn something was wrong with the trajectory of these cannonballs.
I'd say it's more of a thing if you do streaming full time. Then that's when you'd look into getting a streaming PC and a gaming PC. God damn it, that's twice I've done that now. Fuck. But to be fair, if I really wanted to record and game with, like, you know, a perfect performance, I would just use mirrorless action, because that piece of software is incredible. But I switched to OBS because with OBS I can actually record locally and stream, whereas with Action I can only stream. Or record locally. I can't do both at the same time, which is a bit of a shame. I mean, I could just use the stream video for YouTube, but I can't edit my audio and equalize it and make it sound nice or anything like that. So OBS is the only thing that allows me to do that as well, or alongside the streaming. Hello, hip. Oh, wow, he actually died. Ha! That was surprising. Get out of here. I came over here for no reason. I don't need any of these things. I don't need any ore, because I've maxed out all of the swords. I don't need any gems out of the red chests, because I've gotten all of those. That's true. OBS is incredible for what it is. And to be fair, ever since I figured out the way of getting it to record games well, more to the point, be able to hook into games and, you know, record them well without lagging all over the place. Only in capture, not with how they actually played. Like, I never wanted to use mirrorless because I was like, OBS just does everything I want it to.
What was that all about anyway?
But I bought Action a very long time ago. Oop, fuck. I can't remember if I got it on sale. I did pirate it at first, but the pirated version was a pain in the ass, because you'd constantly have to reinitialize it. So I was just like, sod it, I'll just buy it. Oh god. Oh dear. I'm not really that observant today. That's what I'm noticing. I'm also not doing combat like I normally would. Okay.
The Ravens at least could not get past this point. Obviously the temple builders knew how to deal with tomb raiders.
Oh my god, I can see a lot of stuff. It's really weird just how far into the level you can see. It's like all the way down there. I can see a lever, I can see all of the poles that you're gonna grapple to. Pretty cool, quite cool.
There was an inscription. Praise the sun.
Ah. Wow. Dark Souls reference? Really? That is definitely not something I expected. Of all the things. But that's one thing that gets me, is when I see people complaining that they can't do a certain thing in OBS, like, OBS won't work for me. The only thing that comes to mind with me is just like, you clearly haven't tested enough. Oh right, we did it. That's what I say, are we there?
It was a stone of the purest blackness. It reflected no light, like a void made solid. Nervous, he picked it up. Who said that? It was the stone. Eager, thirsty. That seemed tempting and terribly wrong. Zenobia was the Emperor's greatest general and a potent witch. But they had been close once, and Reynardo wasn't sure he really wanted to be Emperor. Why not capture the core of Sky Ripper instead? It was the eye of a lost god torn out by the transcendent Emperor to power his greatest weapon. It's the core. Not the core. Anxiously.
Yep, nothing like a dark stone to make it seem weird. I don't know why the hell the view stories changes all the time. It says it's the Y button, then changes to a triangle. And yeah, I don't think the Tomb Raider was a reference. If it had mentioned Lara Croft, then it definitely would have been. Either way, what story have I not got? I'm after 6, so in that case, we want to go find Zenobia.
Why was he listening to a talking rock? Ah, but the rock had a point. If the stone could truly turn him into a powerful warrior, he could defeat the Emperor with the very weapon the wicked old toad had sought for himself. To be a hero, you had to sacrifice old friends sometimes, especially when they've become enemies.
Ooh, well, there we are. Into the city. I can't remember what the city's called. So what's this chapter going to be called? I think it's the same. I'm on the same route as I was last time. I just need to make a single different choice. A needy rock.
Reynardo had a sudden vision.
We get a purple aura, don't we? Yeah, there we go.
Dead ravens below a black sun. Was it the time of the lost gods before the transcendent Emperor? Was it the future? It whispered. Take the power. He could feel the stone's hunger for souls. Its thirst for blood. All right, I get it. This was going to be interesting.
To be fair, I actually had my eye on this game for a very long time, and then was it Humble Bundle? Bugger, I can't remember. It was either Humble Bundle or Steam were giving it away for free. And I was like, holy crap. And the worst part is I got it for free, and then a week later I got it in a bundle. I'm just like, yep, perfect. Right after I already have the game. Of course it's offered in a bundle. You can just go out. Bye! Holy crap.
Everybody knew you shouldn't trust a raven further than you could throw them. The ravens on Zenobia's island were no match for Reynardo. They screamed as the stones sucked out their souls. And with each death, he felt stronger. The stone told him.
I don't need to go down there, or over there. To be fair, each chapter is so much shorter when you don't explore. Which, I mean, sounds pretty self-explanatory, but previously it took me about 15 minutes or 20 minutes to get through any chapter. And that's because I went through all of these doors, opened all the chests, and everything.
He didn't even need to see the goblins this time. He could smell seared flesh. And like every other predator,
Oops. Whoa!
eat their meat cooked.
Fuck.
Preferably
Well, that was not good.
alive.
Yeah, the game's got a good art style. I just like the game in general, really. Like, I like the whole storytelling of it, the huge variety of choices.
Zenobia was waiting for Reynardo. She was alone, confident as always. Fire danced at the tips of her claws. Are you here to surrender? She seemed as cocksure as he felt. But she didn't know he had the stone. And I've missed you too, love. He chuckled. She spotted the stone and bolted without another word.
Bye, Zenobia! Yeah, there's 24 stories in total. Like, you don't have to go through all of them, but I kind of decided right early on that I wanted to experience them all. Just because I think it'll be more fun that way. That's not what I wanted to do. Oh shit. Alright, that worked, I guess. No, 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 no. You dick. All I'm trying to do is grab stuff. Grab him. There we go. Hey, I don't think I've ever heard the word cocksure, or the phrase. It's not really a phrase, it's just a word. Oh!
Finally, Reynardo caught up to her. He had never seen her scared before.
Yeah, this chapter took me 4 minutes.
Determined, brave one. Now her eyes were wide, frightened. He didn't like seeing her this way. Kill her,
Oh dear.
whispered the stone. You cannot win your rebellion without it. Please. No, said Zenobia. Not that way. Oh, they had been so close once.
Right, that's what I did last time.
Really feed her.
Think I want to do that again.
Gem. But if he spared her, he would not get the full power of the stone. Oh, how could he be the hero he wanted to be?
Yeah, probably. That makes sense. Spare Zenobia. And also, Kilo. Oh, I'll just call you Kilo. Not getting into that again. I don't know. I think it's 3 years, maybe? I'll Google it real quick.
Hesitated. Zenobia was his greatest enemy. She was the Emperor's daughter and his greatest general, and the single person Reynardo least wanted to remove from this world, especially that way. She was holding her arms out before her, hands fluttering, fending him off with hopeless urgency. Nope.
Oh no, it's 2 years old. 2.5 years old.
This thing is evil.
12th of April 2016 is when it was released.
He took the stone out of its slot in his gauntlet and slipped it into a bag. Maybe we can learn from it. She eyed him with a strange, wry, apologetic look. I missed you too. And before he could move again, she was gone.
Bitch.
Learned from the Iblis stone? What did that mean? Would she take it to the palace or to the observatory on the Nexus? If she thought it was evil, she wouldn't want it in the palace. Maybe I can outrace her to the observatory, thought Reynardo. Cats can run faster, but foxes can run longer.
Right, yeah, that's right. We end up going to the observatory. So it's the final choice that I want to make sure I do differently than last time. Otherwise I'll just end up with the same ending I've already gotten.
Reynardo felt a little sick. Ever since Zenobia had taken the stone from him, he felt an ache that wouldn't go away. He missed it. He wanted it back.
Yeah, he has a very good storytelling voice, but he's also the voice of every character.
She was the enemy. He hadn't even seen her in 14 years.
Or at least I think he's the voice of most characters.
You were a sucker for an empowered woman. Reynardo kicked himself. Don't make that mistake again.
Yeah, Reynardo, you dunce. Can never trust women. Oh wait, I was about to say, where am I going? To be fair, I think every story has ended with getting backstabbed. So far. Which is great. It quite literally tells you, you can't trust fucking anybody. Actually no, go for this one. Booyah! Oh yeah, bitch. No, you don't. Oh! Oh, I love the combat. It's so satisfying. When it goes correctly. When it doesn't go so well, it's a bit less satisfying.
Zenobia thought the stone was evil.
Oh, bollocks, I don't want to be over
He
here.
longed to have it back. He'd felt so good killing ravens with it, and yet he'd felt unclean ever since he'd touched it. She confused him. She'd made him want to be a better fox, and then she'd abandoned him, never telling him she was the Emperor's daughter, never contacting him since. Well, who was she to tell him the stone was evil?
Yeah, I think the game was made to be like a choose-your-own-adventure kind of book.
The Imperial fleet was
In a way.
its grip. He might fail to save the rebellion, and it would all be her fault.
Oh shit.
Burst
Oh no.
of outrage.
Quick.
Not
Ah!
only had she stolen his gem, she'd also stolen his sight.
Sure, they were neutral, but they had helped him discover what the Emperor was up to. They were supposed to be helping me. Reynardo thought. So unfair.
I mean, there are a few choices in the game, oh dear, that literally just end in death. Oh, what am I doing? No, 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 no.
Energy balls, immune to the laws of gravity.
Yeah, there we go. And I got hit with one in the end anyway. Son of a bitch. I was hoping I could grab him. Oh well, never mind. Kill the wraith! Oh, just picking them up and throwing them, so useful. Apart from when that happens. Oh wait. Sometimes it doesn't pick them up.
Good thing I don't have to clean up around here, he thought.
Can't go over there. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what their, the game they made after this is like. I think that game's more like an action RPG. I can't remember what it's called either. Omen? Something? Shoot. Yeah, I really can't remember. Crap. But this is definitely a very good game. I mean, even on Steam, I'm pretty sure it's very positive.
The scientist's toes were pointing
Which is a good sign.
instruments at the stone and looking at it through prisms and reflections. Mine, said Reynardo as he took back the stone.
Mine.
We need it for science, croaked the toads. So he killed them.
Jesus.
Better immediately. Smarter too. I thought it would never come for me, whispered the stone. Then a far speaker toad croaked in something like Zenobia's voice. Reynardo, leave the stone with
Yeah.
the toads.
Right, Yoda.
Swallow your soul. You'll kill everyone you love. But Reynardo had an army to lead, an empire to bring down.
Right, so... It had to be a lie, of course she would so what's this? Zenobia, the Emperor's adopted daughter and greatest general, gave Reynardo a dire warning, the stone would swallow his soul. Probably would. It had to be a lie, of course she would say that, she had to stop him from leading the rebels to victory. Yes, she should head for the rebel base and win this war. Yeah, let's do it.
Whispered the stone. It was right. Wasn't Zenobia the Emperor's greatest general? Wasn't Reynardo fighting for the rebellion? Of course you wouldn't want him to have it. Wouldn't you added the stone. You know what? I would, thought Reynardo. Or maybe he said it out loud. He would go see the council and lead their armies to victory. All he had to do was call them on the far speaker. Ah, damn. Well, wouldn't they be surprised anyway?
I bet the stone's gonna make him kill all of the fucking rebels. I can't help but feel that this story's not gonna end well.
Reynardo had come there as a kid when it was still the fabulous city of Ubar. Before the Emperor's ravens had come to pillage ancient books from its library and destroyed it. Now the rebel council lay hidden underneath the ruins. And between here and there, all these ravens to kill. They deserved it for what they'd done to the city. And the faster he could kill them,
Oh dear.
the much they gave him.
I threw them a bit too close.
He thought about Hypatia. Oh, she'd been an amazing rabbit. She could talk to him about comics and talk to her son about history and battles and talk to scholars about the ancient tomes hidden deep in the vaults of the library of Ubar. Oh, Reynardo really missed her.
Yeah, that was Peter's mother. We never actually got to meet her. We just know her by name. There you go. Poof. There we go. Ah, that didn't work. That was awesome. Oh, I didn't get to execute. There we win. All's good.
He tried to be nice to Zenobia, not killing her at all. What did she do? She stole the gem from him and made him kill all those scientists.
Made him.
Next time she'd see.
Sure she did. Yep, Zenobia made us kill everybody. Okay, that was close. Right. There we go. Yeah, I win. That worked out quite nicely. Which way?
Whispered the stone. Ravens. Reynardo knew how the stone felt. Each raven he killed gave him a little jolt of pleasure. But he could only kill them so fast, and the pleasure wore off too quickly. Hopefully soon he would face a more powerful adversary. Whispered the stone.
Oh shit.
But not with a bunch of mangy ravens.
You like the storytelling aspect, you hate. I'm not sure what the rest of that says. Oh great, more of them. Fuck me. No worries. Okay, that could have ended terribly. Okay. Yay! Right, so where am I going? I don't know where the hell I am, a library? Yeah, we're in a library. I think I went the long way round, to be fair. Oh, great. I really hate these things.
When you tell if someone's far away,
Dear me.
it's really small. The long stairs. So he was close to the rebel base. Nothing was on fire. So far, so good.
Get the thing that buffs stuff. Fuck. Oh my god. Get all three, get all three. Yeah, there we go. Nice. Awesome, that worked out really well. I don't really use the special abilities of the swords. Like, at all. No real reason as to why. I just never do. I don't really need to use them, to be honest. Not really. I think we made it. So that's that. Every chapter takes about 4 minutes. God, well, you don't need to explore anything, it's really short. But there's still a shitload of stories to go through, so the game is still gonna be quite a while. Or quite long, I should say.
As he reached the secret entrance, he was shocked to see Zenobia talking with the council. She bore a white flag.
Surrender. Oh.
Whispered the stone.
So he did.
What are you doing here, love? Reynardo demanded. Come for the brown muffins? She's worried about you, croaked the council speaker. We all are. You're not yourself, Zenobia said. Before they could get into the rest of the intervention, he leapt at her. Unfortunately, the council speaker blocked him, so he slew her and the other council members.
Jesus.
I'm not giving up, cried Zenobia as she darted off into the ruins. I think I just killed the